Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students, we are going to start our new chapter, chapter number 4, that is a structure of molecules. The very first topic and the very first concept is about the reactivity of atoms and is why do atoms react? Remember, atoms react in order to attain stability. Atoms react in order to lower their energies, and atoms react in order to attain nearest noble gas electronic configuration. Okay, now we'll discuss in detail what are the three main points. Let's say we have a simple atom, hydrogen. In hydrogen, the atomic number is 1, mass number is also 1, which means that it will have only one proton and one electron in its nucleus. So this atom will react with another atom. Why? Basically our topic is why do atoms in nature react with each other. The reason is that this hydrogen atom wants to attain stability. It wants to attain stability. It wants itself to become much more stable. Similarly, it wants to lower its energy. This hydrogen has higher energy in its atomic state, and it wants to lower its energy. And the third point, it also wants to attain nearest noble gas electronic configuration, and nearest noble gas is helium, which is very stable, having 2 electrons in its shell. So this hydrogen atom wants to attain nearest electronic configuration of this noble gas. So this hydrogen atom will react with another hydrogen atom in order to form a very stable molecule of hydrogen. This molecule has very good stability, or in other words, this molecule is stable. It has very low energy. Similarly, it has the electronic configuration of noble gas helium. It has 2 valence electrons, 2 shared electrons between 2 hydrogen atoms. There are 2 shared electrons. So in simple words, in our daily life, this hydrogen can use both of shared electrons. Similarly, the other hydrogen also can use the 2 shared electrons. So this molecule, the molecule of hydrogen, has attained the electronic configuration of helium. So remember again, revise it again. Atoms react in order to attain stability. Similarly, stability means lower in energy. Stability means greater existent in nature. Stability means existent in nature for more time, for very large time, for much time. Similarly, atoms react with each other to lower their energies. Similarly, atoms react with each other in order to attain nearest electronic configuration of noble gas. Let's take another example. Fluorine. In fluorine, there are 7 electrons in its outermost shell. So it wants to attain stability, it wants to lower its energy, and it also wants to attain nearest electronic configuration of neon, noble gas, neon, which is very stable, and it has 8 electrons in outermost shell. 8 electrons, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So it will react, it can react with hydrogen, as well as it can also form bond with other fluorine atom. So we take here fluorine atom. So both the fluorine atoms, once again I'm talking that both the fluorine atoms want to attain stability, they want to lower their energies, and also they want to attain nearest noble gas electronic configuration. So they will make bond with each other and fluorine molecule will be formed. This fluorine molecule is very stable. Okay, it is very stable. This molecule has lower energy. Similarly, it has attained the nearest noble electronic configuration of neon, which is noble gas. Got it? So basically, if we discuss these two examples in detail, we reach towards two basic topics. One is octet rule and the second one is duplet rule. So in order to obey all the three positions, all the 3 points, atoms can either obey duplet rule or atoms can either obey octet rule. Now what are these rules? We will discuss in detail. So we'll discuss about the duplet and octet rule. Atoms react in order to attain stability, in order to lower their energies, and in order to attain nearest electronic configuration of noble gases by obeying two rules, duplet rule or octet rule. The duplet rule states that the tendency of an atom, this tendency of atoms to acquire two electrons configuration in their valence shell when bonding is called duplet rule. If, for example, hydrogen has one electron, now it has tendency to gain one electron, to acquire two electrons in its valence shell. So it will obey duplet rule. This hydrogen will make bond with other hydrogen atom in order to acquire two electrons in its valence shell, and this is the electronic configuration of helium, which is noble gas, which is very stable gas. So every atom wants to become like noble gas. Hydrogen also wants to become like noble gas, so it will obey duplet rule because it has only one electron in its valence shell. So this hydrogen will react with another hydrogen in order to acquire two electrons configuration in its valence shell. Okay, so having two electrons in the valence shell is known as duplet rule. These two electrons are available for both the hydrogen atoms. This hydrogen can use these two shared pair of electrons, and another hydrogen can also use the shared pair of electrons. Similarly, octet rule states that the tendency of atoms to acquire 8 electrons configuration in their valence shell. Fluorine has 7 electrons. It wants to become stable. It wants to become noble gas, neon, which is very stable. So it will try to acquire 8 electron in its valence shell. So it will make bond with another fluorine atom and it will acquire 8 electrons. Now this fluorine, in the surrounding of fluorine atom there are 8 electrons. Similarly, these 8 electrons can be used by the another fluorine atoms. Okay, so this fluorine atom has become stable by acquiring 8 electrons in its valence shell to become very stable, to lower its energy, and to attain the noble gas electronic configuration of neon. Got it? So atom lower its energy and attain stability by obeying two rules. One is Duplet rule and other one is Octet rule. In Duplet rule, atoms tends tend to gain 2 electrons in its valence shell, and Octet rule, atoms tend to acquire 8 electrons in its valence shell. Okay? Allah Hafiz. Thank you so much.